Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So I am going to be doing a Kobo, updated Kobo video. I know it's been a while. I am not going to say anything else. Except from we've had a lot of family things go on, shall we say. So yeah. My reading this year has been quite slow. Not going to lie. I would have liked to have been a little bit better than it has been. But considering of what's going on, see if I can change this just a tad. Don't want to be that dark. It looks a little bit better. So my challenge this year, I've only done 10 books, and that's because I knew that maybe this year might be not my reading year this year. So I've accepted that whole thing. We're not gonna batter out the bush. I'm not gonna hide behind anything, because I associate my reading with my mum. And since I've lost her last November, it's been hard to get into a book. And I did review a book from an author. The Devil is the actual name of the book on my Instagram, and I've done it on Amazon ebook, and I've done it on Goodreads as well. Those are where I've done the non-spoiler review, because I don't want to spoil it, because it is very murder, like who did it type thing, but it's a thriller, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is a new genre for me, and I did download it onto my Kobo. Now, the downside I do have with sideloading books onto my Kobo is the fact that the writing's a little bit bigger than what it would be on a Kobo book. Now, every time I went out of that book and went into a different book, I had to reset all my settings, and then it became a whole issue, especially for annotating. So I ended up leaving them, and if I had it on my Kindle, I would read it on my Kindle, which I did sideload it onto my Kindle as well. So with the sideload onto the Kindle, it seemed to have worked a little bit better. It was at a different, I could just have it at one size, and it's the same as in every other book. So I've left that to that. Kobo, by doing the side loading, it does work. It's fantastic for that. I just cannot get the settings right for me on the side loading. I thought having it at the same level as what my books are would not be an issue like it is on the Kindle, but it's not. It's a completely different thing. And if you like side loading your books, fine, fair enough. So what I have done now is stop buying my books through Kindle and going through my Kobo, and buying it through the Kobo store. Now, not every title that I want is on the Kobo store, so I'm having to go to Amazon to get it, if that makes any sense. And I don't buy it at full price. I always wait until it comes on sale or whatnot. So that is where I am sitting with side loading and everything. I have taken my clear case off for now. I just fancied something with a cover to go over the front of it. I did get a scratch on it. I don't know how I got a scratch. I just have a random scratch on it. But it is down the side where the edge meets the screen. So it is down there. But you have to really, really look at the screen to see this scratch. Now, it's as if it's missed the whole layer of like colouring or whatever the film is. So luckily, most of your pages don't go all the way up to the edge, and that's how I've set mine up, so it doesn't go all the way to the edge. So when I'm reading, that does not bother me whatsoever. So I'm okay with that. I did take a protected screen off of it, and it could have been from that when I took it off, because I found with the protected screen, the screen protector on it, it felt more blurry, like it had like a mist over it. And when I took it off, it was a lot more sharper, it was a lot more clearer. And I just thought, you know what, let's just take it off. And I know I'm the type of person that likes to have screen protectors on. I like to have those type of things on. But right now, for my Kobo, it was not working for me unless there's a new one out that works so much better. I'm not sure. But when I lifted it up, like, when you take it off and you're looking through it, it is very, like, cloudy, if that makes any sense. So I don't know whether it's just that screen protector or not. I'm not 100% sure. So I have not got a screen protector on it. Hence why I have a sleep closed case. I did get it cheap. It has a pen loop for the stylus. It also has I hate this but it has like a little stand, and it's magnetic, so I find it very, very hard to grab it to open it. I don't know if you heard it on the mic there. And then it has a strap as well to hold it. So if you hold it like that. Now, the reason why I went for it is because it gives you a protection over the front as well. So it gives it more of a depth. And also, I like my strapsicles for my Kindles. Now, the only downside is they don't make a strapsicle for the Kobo like the Libra size. Now, the Colour Libra is the same size as the Libra 2, and they don't have a strap that fits that. And it's kind of annoying because they did one for the Kindle Oasis, but the only thing is it's got one side is like thicker than the other side because that's how it's got the battery on one side and you've got like a lip to hold onto it. So it's a whole thing. I'm happy with what I've got so far. If Strapsicle comes out with a Kobo strap, then I'll be for it. I'll be there for it. So yeah, that is my accessory so far. Also, because I do have a draw-in screen for my PC, which acts as my third screen. I need all three screens for when I stream. I do have I want to say it's like a palm rejection, like glove. So whenever I annotate, when you're on the screen and annotating, it doesn't actually register my palm to change pages because I've got the tap feature, and it's like how it should. Like, you can choose the way that you want to tap forward and tap back and whatnot. There's a whole way of sorting that out. And every time I went to annotate, it would change either page forward or page back, or bring up the menu or something. When you're just like, that's not what I want it to do. So I do wear this when I'm reading. It's just something for when I annotate more than anything. It's not uncomfy. It's just a little glove. It is a little bit big for my hand, so just putting it out there. So yeah, I'm hoping my audio sounds okay. I do have a sort of a new mic because I found with the Rode mic that I had that was attached to the top of it, brilliant as it was, I don't know what it is. Every time I go and use it, sometimes it crackles and sometimes it doesn't. Even the new one, I don't know if it's just that brand, but I did go for a Fifine. I want to say Fifine. Fifine mic, if that's how you pronounce it. Fifine. I have their A8 Pro for streaming, and I really love the sound on it. So I went for the M9. I did get it from AliExpress because it's a lot more cheaper than what it is through their website. On their website is like, I want to say it's £80, and I got it for 30. Took a little bit longer to get here, but other than that, I wanted to try this mic. It is a little clip-on one with the little wind deflector that you can get on top of it. It has a few features. It's not the best mic out there, but for 20 quid, I was like, I always find when I get the cheaper ones that I've seen for like 20 quid, they don't seem to work for my liking, or I don't like the sound of them. So I'm hoping that this one works out well for me. We'll see. But this is the charging case that you get with it. It opens up like this. There is the second mic in here. So I do have a B mic and an A mic. And then you'll put the main receiver that's on top of the camera in here. And then this charges it. And then it has 4 lights at the front to show you how much charge is in there. So you do have a USB-C cable to charge the case. You do get 3 of these cables. I want to say these cables, if you can see it on my arm. So there is 2 for the phone. There is one for, I want to say it looks identical to the one that I have for the camera, and it does say camera on it. This one says phone, and then this one says phone as well for a USB-C connector. I've tried it on my phone and it sounds alright to me, but then again, I am half deaf. I say half deaf, I am deaf. Pretty much deaf in one ear for certain sounds. But if I sleep on my good ear, I can't hear out my right ear. So that is something that I have to deal with every day. So if anybody is like talks to me and I can't understand them, it's because my hearing is gone completely, and I just like have to read the lips and stuff. So that's just me. So I am in my bedroom right now. Here is our Google Home. I don't know why it's not working. It doesn't seem to want to work right now. I might get my husband to have a look at it at some point. But this is where I tend to read mostly now, especially because I've been starting at 5 a.m. So I like to read in here. It's kind of a nice, because I can have the window open. I've closed the window for now. It just went a little bit chilly. So I've just closed the window. I've not locked it, because last night I locked it and I couldn't get it open again. And my husband was like, eh, when he got in, and he opened it again. So try not to lock that window. But there is a bush, like, I want to say a foot away from our window, there's a bush. And it's great because we have a little bit of privacy here. And then the other side of it is our communal bins. So it kind of hides the smell. And I'm not going to lie, you don't smell it at all, which is a good thing. And they do get emptied twice a week. One day is brown bin, one day is black bin. So they do get weekly empties because there is 6 households in our bin. So say 6 households, is more than that, because all the houses behind us use it as well. Stop, I'm just going off on a tangent, you know? So anyway, I sometimes light the candle that I have in here, because I have a wood wick candle. I like the crackling of the candle, which kind of nice to read. I do stick the TV on that I have in this room, which is a Toshiba 49-inch TV. It's 4K. And I just stick a YouTube video on, somebody that I normally watch that's come out with a new video of that day, and then I just tone it down just a tad, sit here, read, and then go to bed, basically. The cushion I have here is I want to say it's like a chair cushion. It was very viral on BookTok at one point. My work was selling them dirt cheap, so I ended up getting one of those. TikTok on it, but other than that. So yeah, we have a booster cushion, and then I have 3 sets of pillows on my side of the bed. I do take them out and put the other cushion in. So this is where I tend to read mostly. And I do lean and grab my 2 little friends here, if I can get them to sit right, because I took them apart, which doesn't help. But they're 2 little otters, couple otters, and they're called warmies. You put them in the microwave, warm them up, and it's like a little cuddly, warm little friend that you can have with you. They're adorable. There's a grey one and then the light brown one. I say it's me and my husband because he got me it for Valentine's Day. So, yay, my 2 little otters. I love them. They're so adorable. I love otters. I love otters, leopards, tigers, that type of thing. My husband loves polar bears. So yeah, we have a range of animals that we do like. So yeah, I'm trying to think what else I want to do. I'm trying to sit in a nice comfy position. It doesn't always work. Have I found anything that I need to update you on? The charge on the Kobo. Now, considering I hadn't charged it for a while, I charge it every 2 to 3 weeks. And that's only because it gets down to about 30% and then I charge it back up. I should really wait until it gets really low. But I'm scared. I'm scared if I go anywhere that I'm not going to have my... Did you just close that? I like how it closes down my app on my phone for this camera. Anyway, I don't find it an issue charging it up all the time. It's better than my phone. It's better than my tablet. So technically, 2 to 3 weeks of charge. It's better than nothing. I can go about the same on my Kindle as well. I do have the 11th gen of Kindle Paperwhite because I didn't see the point in getting the newer one, because I do have a 7-inch Kindle, which is my Oasis 9th gen, which is my dad's. So I didn't see a point in getting another 7-inch screen. I love the 7-inch screen, but I do like the 6.8 as well. It's kind of a nice size. I do have a 7-inch screen on my colour one, but I do tend to lean towards getting my colour. Now, I do still have the 2 colour, the Fire HD tablets from the Kindle brand, so Amazon. And I don't know whether to do a video on just using that for reading experience, but I just find it's like my phone. And the reason why I like my Kindles and my Kobos, like the e-reader, shall we just call it e-readers? The reason why I like e-readers is because of the fact that I don't have any distractions, because I don't have any other apps. I can just shut them down, like my tablets and my phone away, and I've got no distraction. I've got no other way of doing anything but read. That's what they're mainly for, and I love that whole concept. So I think I prefer having my Kobo or my Kindle, which is the reason why I've put Cozy up with e-reader. But I kind of like having it as an e-reader, because then if I do have a whole month where I just use the Kindle, it's still relevant to this channel. So I have been an avid e-reader since the age of 18, and I got my first one when I was 18 because my granddad got me the keyboard one, which I still have. It's a bit of a hit and miss. And the one thing I have noticed, and I don't know whether anybody else who has had that one and has used one of the newer ones or a Kobo, they have something similar on the Kobo, and that is the progression bar at the bottom, and you can see how far you are along in the book. Now, the new Kindles don't have that, which is why I kind of forgot all about that feature from when I had the keyboard. Because I've been in the newer version of the Kindles, like I had the Paperwhite with the sunken screen, and I had it in white, which I do regret getting rid of, but I didn't use it, so I ended up just selling it on. So with that, and then I got the 6-inch Paperwhite, which was the waterproof one. So the first one wasn't waterproof, but it had a backlight, whereas the the first one with the keyboard had no backlight. So it's kind of like reading that at night was not nice. But it was the first ever Kindle that I ever had. So with that, I ended up getting... I ended up going for the waterproof one later on. I think I got that in 2018 when it first came out, and I got the 32 gig, which I absolutely love that. I love the size. The only thing now is because I've got the newer one, the bezels on the older one really messed me up. But I go to my newer one first over that one because it's so slow at turning the pages. But I just want it in my collection as a keepsake, shall we say. And then I've got the Oasis, which they've retired, which I'm never going to get rid of because I do love that. And that one doesn't hold charge. But with my one, because it's a 9th gen and not the 10th gen, the 9th gen goes up to 100%. And I've seen a lot of people post theirs where they've got the 10th gen, which has the warm light. I don't have the warm light on it. And it doesn't go all the way up to 100%. It gets to 97 and then it doesn't go any further. So I don't know whether it's a 10th gen thing or what, but my 9th gen doesn't do that. It goes up to 100% and I can run it till it goes low. So I don't think, but it doesn't hold, it's not as good as a hold on charge as, say, my Paperwhite. It is what it is. And it's only an 8 gig one. But hey, what can I do? I wanted something to remind me of my dad, which is that. So, and I do have a necklace with my dad's ashes in. So technically I have got a few things of my dad. My new Kobo is from my mum, so that is a reminder of my mum. But then again, I've got books that we're a reader, so technically reading a book is remembering my mum. So yeah, so I kept my clear one because if I go through like phases where I will change it out and only have this on, then I'll go back to the one with the cover. So technically we're just going through the whole system with the Kobo and Kindles. Now with this, I am reading at the moment the Hunger Games, and I do have a special edition version through the Kobo store. I did, because I have so many points, because I bought some books that I knew I liked from their store, so I had it as a proper one. Wait a minute, I just got something. So I have on my screen right now, I know it's not very clear, but I've only got 2 books, and I love this filter because when you go into your books, you can filter to all, ebooks, unread, reading, finished, purchase, Google Drive, which is a thing that I've never used before, which I have tested it out, it does work. Imported and downloaded, so you can look at all your books. Because I've not downloaded all my books, which is kind of weird. So I normally put it onto reading, and then it shows me the books that I'm currently reading right now. I am reading Pride and Prejudice, the illustrated version, which I have as the actual hardback copy, and I love that edition. That edition is gorgeous. And on Kindle, I think I said this in my previous video, on Kindle it's like £20 to have it as an ebook, because I could do it and use it on my tablet. And then when I went on to Kobo, it was like £11. And I got sucked into buying it. But that was my one-time purchase, which gave me like so many points. I had literally like 10,000 points. So to get the Hunger Games, the special edition, was 7,500 points. So I ended up using some of my points to get that special edition. And it's the first time that I've ever read Hunger Games. Now, I've only watched the films once before. I've watched the first one again because I was reading the book. I wanted to refresh my mind of what I've watched before so that I can do an annotation of the different. But yeah, so I rewatched the film. I am now annotating the Hunger Games, and there's so much difference between the book and the film, and I'm loving it. I love the two different types of adaptations. So you have the book adaptation and then you've got the film adaptation, and I can see why they've changed it, because having some of that stuff that's in there would not work in the film. It gives you a different vibe in the film. So I'm loving that whole aspect, really. So yeah, I am sitting at 48% of battery. So I'm 59% read into the Hunger Games. I thought it was a little bit further in, but I'm not going to lie, because it does take me a little longer to read the books because I'm annotating. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay if it's going to take me if it's going to take me longer to read a book, because I'm liking annotating on my Kobo. I never really annotated books. The only book that I've ever annotated was Of Mice and Men for school. I'm loving the annotation that you can do on a e-reader. So that was the reason why. When I was getting the Kobo, I was and in of what to get. I don't know whether to get the books. I didn't know whether to get the Big Me. So I ended up going for the Kobo, and I'm so happy I did, because it's a lot cheaper than most of the e-readers that I was looking at. The books one was sitting at roughly 260 to 300, and I think the Big Me's around that same price. And ow, that hurts. But just recently they have skyrocketed up, so that's the reason why I did not go for it. With the Kobo, it is £199.99 when I got it, and I think it was £69.99 for the stylus, but the Kobo has now gone up to £209.99, and the stylus is still at £69.99. It is a little bit pricey. It is now £280 for the whole device. There is a stylus you can buy that is a Surface for the Surface tablet, and it's a little bit cheaper. I didn't go for that. I just went for the one that goes with the Kobo, and now come out with the white version. So if you did get the white one, you can get the white stylus, which is kind of nice to have it as an overall thing. The sun's kind of gone in, so it's kind of making it a little bit darker. So it's £280 overall for me, and that's where I want to say the books and everything is sitting right now, but I don't think it is. I want to say it's 300. I want to say it's 300 and a little bit more, and it's the same as the Kindle Coloursoft. The Coloursoft is also, I want to say it's 280, £290, and I just couldn't justify it. And the reason why I can't justify it is because of the fact that you can't annotate on it. And I was hoping they'll come out with a device that you can annotate. Yes, there is the scribe, but the scribe is still not annotating like it is on the Kobo. Like, you literally can open up a page. I'm gonna go into my see if I can bring it down just a tad. And you can literally just draw straight onto the page, and it's not like that in the scribe. You can put the text around what you've just done, and I just find that is not how I wanted to annotate. So I am happy with my Kobo. I love the Kobo. And so yeah, I don't know what videos to do next, shall we say. I don't know whether to do a 24-hour challenge, and I just do it on my phone, where I pick up my phone, record when I'm reading, or when I sit down and read for a bit. But I feel like it's going to be over maybe 2 weeks, because I don't sit down and read a lot. And when I do it over a couple of hours. So I have that as an idea I could do. What I realistically read in 24 hours, and that'll be spread over 2 weeks. Or I do a challenge where it's only Kobo books or only Kindle books. Like, so if it's only on my Kindle, I read those books. If it's only on my Kobo, I only read those type of books. So then I just do that, or I just do a comparison. Like, do I feel like I read slower on the Kobo? Do I feel like I read quicker on the Kindle? And the only reason I think I read quicker on the Kindle is because I'm not annotating. I don't know what else books to do. I know that I should do a quarterly of what I've read quarterly, like for the first 4 months of the year, and it's not a lot. There's only like 4 or 5 books that I've read, and that's being realistic. So I might do a half year catch up and see how I am, because it says I'm halfway through my my goal at the minute, which is 10 books. And I feel like I'm not going to be a YouTuber that I've done this book, so I'm just going to put it in, or it's a tiny little book and I've done this and blah blah blah. I want to be that realistic person of, it doesn't matter how many you read, whether you read 300 books, well done. I'm happy for you. That is not ideal for me. It's not a realistic goal for me. Because I do stream. I work part-time. I stream on the days that I can stream, and then I do have like 2 days where it's just me. So like Sundays is my day that I don't do anything, and that's because I do work. Then we go over to my mother-in-law's, and we see them for a bit, and then we come home and chill. And then Mondays we chill in the house, and I go streaming. So literally it's like one of those days where it's like we don't do much, but we do streaming, or I do streaming. So I feel like my realistic reading is, I want to show you that it doesn't matter how many you read, you're still a reader. And I'm going to put it out there. I don't care if you listen to a book. That is you reading a book. If you find it easier to understand a book by listening to it, fine. I cannot listen to a book because what happens is I zone out, and I'm in my own little world. So listening to a book really does not help me in the slightest. But if it works for you, fantastic. I love that. My husband listens to books all the time. So I don't care how you read, as long as you read. If you want to read a book, you read a book. If it's manga or comics or something like that, still reading. I don't mind. So yeah, I'm not sure what I've got a special edition books coming soon, and I will do an unboxing of those. Not sure when they actually come out, because I'm in the second wave. I think I'm in the second wave, as far as I know. And it's the Chestnut series, the Fairy Loot edition, books 1 to 5. Because I love them so much, and I still need to read the 5th book. And I'm holding off on it because I don't want the series to end. And that's my bad thing that I do. But I have all the books on my Kindle. So maybe if I did that challenge, that 24 hours challenge, to see how many books I read in the 24-hour spread, which is not going to be a lot, maybe I sit down and read that last book and get that done. Because the special editions that are coming, and I know some people have already got them because they've got the signed editions, and I've seen it in some people's videos, look stunning. And I mean, it came out on my birthday, and as soon as I got the email, I must have been like waiting ages because they only had the special edition non-signed ones, and I was like, you know what, I'm getting it. If I can't get them, if I don't get them signed, I don't get them signed. I'm okay with that, and that is what I ended up doing. So I do have the unsigned edition coming. Would I like them signed? Yes, but it was one of those times that I just missed out. So at the end of the day, I got what I could. I like the special editions, but I am not going out my way to get a special edition. If there is a special edition at a reasonable price that I am looking for, I will buy it. I need to buy one more of the collector's edition of the Twilight books because I am changing all of mine into hardbacks because I found that the paperbacks that I have are peeling and they're really badly peeling. So I really want to get that last book in the collector's edition, and then I've got all the collector's edition, and I think it's Breaking Dawn that I'm waiting for now. But they're all sitting at £70, and I ain't paying £70 for it when I paid 20 quid for the others. So I am still looking out for the Breaking Dawn one. But other than that, that is where I'm sitting at, and I hope my video is coming to you well, and you're well, and you've all had a good first, I want to say the first 4 months of the year. It is the 24th that I have recorded this on, so I do hope you are all enjoying your books, whether you're reading on a tablet, e-reader, phone, or listening to a book, or actually reading a physical book. I hope you're enjoying what you're reading, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.